How are you feeling today about this game?
I feel good. I feel confident. I've been to every game. I'm going tonight. I feel confident. I feel, the Brewers, the first two games of the series, I thought Craig Counsell got outmanaged. And I thought that the Brewers were making moves and we were reacting. And I think it's kind of flipped here where he actually did a good job last night. I wish the bats were a little bit more alive, but, 4 runs wins the game. And now I think, Freddie Peralta going tonight, all the pressure is back on the Brewers. They have to win this game. If they don't win this game, we have, not only momentum, but we have an advantage on Saturday. And, the Brewers are thinking, oh, my gosh, we had to go with – they wanted to win that game so bad last night so that they could use Freddie Peralta in the NLCS. And so I think it's like a nice boxing match, and we're starting to put together a couple rounds here.
What has you most concerned, if in fact there is a concern coursing through your veins?
I would say that we can't score after the first inning. That would be a big concern. So we got to try to score as many runs as possible in the first inning. The concerns. I'll say this. I think Matthew Boyd's going to pitch well tonight, and well is relative because we've seen that with this Cubs rotation and the limitations, all we're asking for is 4, maybe max 5 innings, right? And then we hand it over to the bullpen. The bullpen has been good. Last night, Craig Counsell, in the moment, Silvy and I were texting, and I was like, oh, this is weird that we're not, why is Palencia only going 1 inning? Why is, Kittredge coming out early? I look back at it, and I'm like, he actually did a really good job. No guy threw over 20 pitches. Every guy will be ready tonight, and then you have an off day tomorrow. So I just give me Matthew Boyd for 4, 5 max, 4 good, strong innings, exactly what James Tyone did yesterday. But yeah, the bats have to pick it up. We need a couple guys like Nico's hitting, Bush is hitting, Say is hitting, and then after that, it's kind of like who else is going to step up?
Can I sell you on a crooked number tonight? I know everyone has highlighted that they've scored their runs in the first inning, and then everyone goes night-night, but. At some point, don't you think they run into a big inning or two and they put up a decent number?
Yeah, you'd think so. I mean, Peralta does scare me, but this is also the 6th time we've seen him this year.
6th time.
We have beaten him before.
Yep.
His road splits are not as good as his home splits. And again, I think the Brewers, this is their ace. If they lose this game, it's a coin flip Saturday. They the pressure is on them, and Peralta has to go. They used a lot of bullpen last night because Priester couldn't even get out of the first. So it just feels like the momentum is switched back, and we kind of have them on their heels a little bit. And I'm confident. I really think Matthew Boyd getting a second shot at this because the first shot went so poorly. I think he's going to be ready for tonight.
We're talking to Barstool Big Cat on the Yingling guest hotline. It's Waddle and Silvy. I mentioned this when we brought you in. So you won the 50-50 last week. It was the only game they lost in that series. And so for that reason, you did not want to get the check presentation yesterday at Wrigley Field.
Correct. They offered to give me the check presentation. I said no. It's all hands on deck. It's an elimination game. We all have to be focused on the game and nothing else. So I did the valiant move. I took one for the team. No big check. And it was the right move. Don't you agree? It was the right move. I had people in my ears trying to set me up to fail. I knew that, if I got the big check and the Cubs lost, I'd become an all-time meme. So I emailed the Cubs, and I said, listen, I appreciate the offer. I would love the big check opening day. Let's just focus on what we got in front of us here.
Big Cat, I think that's like when a team wins a championship, you don't raise the banner till the following season. You don't present the rings to the following season. So I think they need to do that during a regular season game or the opener, like you said, and bring you out there and say, look, this could be you. Big Cat's the everyman. Sort of.
Right.
And he won the 50-50. You can, too.
With a little interest added, right? Because it will have been several months since you won. So, a little, you got to put a little something on it.
Well, that brings up a topic I wanted to discuss. I had the realization last night, not a great realization. I think winning the 50-50 is actually going to cost me way more money.
Well, you sprinkled the infield, didn't you? Didn't you share with some of the folks that...
The 50-50 ladies, I love them. Shout out Vicky, shout out Renee, all the hard workers at Wrigley, great people. I made sure that their postseason party is going to be fun. But the real problem is I got a taste of the win, and now I'm going even harder for the second one, and it's going to be a problem. I can already tell it's going to be a problem.
You don't want to win, though, because as you said, for the same logic that you don't want to collect the check, the only time you won was when they lost the playoff game. Why would you want to win tonight?
True.
Because
I
it's
don't
fit.
don't go hard.
Because it's $50,000 and nothing he does in the stands is going to affect the outcome on the field. Don't let Silvy.
That's not true. I've worn the same shirt for all the wins. I swear to God,
good.
Game 2 of the Padres, I wore a different shirt.
Waddle says
Different
this.
underwear? Different underwear?
No, I changed my underwear.
Okay.
My underwear goes through enough. I need to change it.
Yes. And then do you know, like, Waddle always makes fun of us fans as being superstitious, but didn't you wear the same pair of shoes all year because you were superstitious
Yes.
when you played football?
Yes.
Like, even though they were ripped, didn't you have them ripped at one time?
Yes, I had to tape my shoes on.
But you taped them on because you were superstitious instead of wearing a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, but if I dropped a pass, that had an impact on the game. You standing in the stands and screaming yes or no doesn't have any impact.
But wearing bad shoes would have more of an impact on your physical performance than being a superstitious.
They were my cleats. You would change your cleats. They were studs. You could replace them. They were fine.
Listen.
I did.
I know. Here's the thing: is I'm not one of those superstitious people that, like, in my heart of hearts, I'm changing the outcome. I know it's stupid, but I still want to do it because it makes me feel better.
Which is fine, but at what point is if you listen? It could be another 50 G's in your pocket.
Well, no, because I'm going to give it to charity because I'm a Robin Hood of 50-50.
Which is great. Then what you're doing is you're robbing the people that would eventually get your extra $50,000 by not playing again.
No, I'm going to play. What are we talking about? We're going in circle.
You said you don't want to play again tonight because the time that you won.
I didn't want to play again. I said that I got a problem because I'm spending too much money trying to chase the second win.
I thought the point was that you don't want to win again because the day you did win. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
No,
I'm confused.
What Silvy's saying. I'm saying my problem is I got the taste of the win and I want it so bad again that I'm spending even more money. So winning once is going to cost me so much money.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with a Robin Hood of 50-50, but you're not stealing from the rich. You're winning. So, like, is there a better nickname?
Maybe he's got this rigged.
Really?
I'll tell you this. Listen, I don't want to put any pressure on the Cubs because we got a big game. We got a must-win coming up in a few hours. But I did have a friend point out to me that the Cubs, if Tom Ricketts is listening right now, they should probably match my donation to charity.
Yes,
I agree. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think that's great.
I think
you've been a good example. Barstool Big Cat has been chasing the 50-50 grand prize for years while donating thousands of dollars. Remember, this is a charitable endeavor to Cubs charity. So I would, Crane Kenny, if you're listening, Tom Ricketts, if you're listening, if someone close to those people are listening, I say that the Chicago Cubs should match Barstool Big Cat's donations.
I donated $75,000 to the Lost Boys.
Wow.
Match it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
$150 for the Lost Boys.
Yeah. Come on. Let's match it.
That's good.
It's going to cost me so much money, though. It's going to cost me so much money. Good chasing the second win. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I had so many tickets last night. It was nuts.
How much do you think you spent last night trying to win?
Probably $2,000.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I need it. I need another win.
I'm taking a deep breath. I'm like, should we do 200 tonight? Like, I think 100's enough. He's like, here's $2,000.
No unit shaming. You bet within your limits. So,
okay, let me read you this. All right, this is from someone you know well, someone you cheered for, and I believe you call him a friend, Ben Brust.
Yes.
I want to say he was the all-time three-point maker in Wisconsin Badger basketball history.
Yes, we went on his show a couple weeks ago.
This is what he texted me. He said, "Do Cubs fans like PCA? He's like the kid at school who cries when he doesn't get his way, laying on the ground after missing the fly ball, throwing his bat on a fly out, thinking he should hit a home run on every at bat.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, I think that, like, yeah, there's maybe some points there, but I just see it as he wants it so bad, and I wouldn't say that, like, that those are bad because he's being a child. I would say the problem with PCA is he puts so much pressure on himself. I would like him as he gets older and plays for the Cubs for many, many years. Don't put as much pressure on yourself. We joke, but, like, I actually believe this. I do. Like, last night at the park, people were chanting PCA when he's up, right? I shushed people around me. I said, don't do that. Every time you chant PCA, he swings through his shoes.
So we talked about this, and you brought this up when I was on with you guys on the stretch last week at Barstool headquarters. You have suggested, and I've relayed this since, that it should be like when the Bears have the offense and everyone should go silent.
Yeah, but don't you agree that, like, PCA, like, yes, I obviously see what Ben Bruss is saying. Like, from outside, you see it, and you're like, you don't watch him every day. You're like, what is this guy's problem? He wants it that bad, and I think it's the only issue with it is he's putting so much pressure on himself. I actually loved, even though it made an out last night, I loved that he bunted last night because I love that he's getting up and not trying to just smash the ball. Like, you are one of the fastest guys in Major League Baseball. You on base is such a threat to any pitcher on the mound. So him trying to be like almost being like, you know what, I'm going to get on base any way I can. I love the idea. The bunt didn't work, but I love that he's actually like trying something else. You know, even the big hit in the first inning, he wasn't trying to kill it. He's just trying to make contact, get a single, get the guys moving around. So more of that from PCA, I think, will only make him an even better player, and he's already a great player.
You like the 2-strike bunt?
Listen, he was just trying. Like, it was the pitcher made a great play on it. Like that's really what happened. You know, But I do. I like him getting creative. No one expected it. Obviously, it didn't die like you wanted it to die. But I like that he's getting creative and not just trying to hit home runs every single time he's up.
Something tells me if he'd have fouled that off and would have been out for fouling off a bunt.
Get him out of here.
Here's a question, though, and they were talking about this on Carmen and Yurko. What is the higher % chance of happening? When there's 2 strikes, PCA swinging at a bad ball and striking out, or PCA fouling back a bunt?
Great point. Great point.
I don't know, but basically, as a Cub fan, what would you prefer? Do you want to see?
I'd probably prefer trying to get him on base.
Well, you're trying to get on base even if you swing at a pitch with 2 strikes.
When he's got 2 strikes, it's kind of over. Him and Hap right now. When it's 2 strikes, it's a bad situation. It's a bad situation.
This is bad, Big Cat, but I'll admit it. I had a strikeout parlay against the Cubs yesterday, and out of all days, Dansby decides not to strike out. I had Hap, I had PCA, and then I had Dansby as the 3-person strikeout parlay. I didn't bet against the Cubs. I was just leaning into what they've been doing, and sure enough, Dansby now all of a sudden is putting the ball in play.
It's a good – listen, you didn't know – so the other story from yesterday is I might have accidentally put my mush powers on Quinn Priester. So I might have saved the Cubs season yesterday. I'm walking into the stadium, and I'm getting my first 50-50 of many. And this woman comes up to me. She's holding a baby, and she's like, "Hey, Big Cat, huge fan. I'm Quinn Priester's girlfriend. Can I get a picture?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I just mushed his whole family.
Where's Freddie Peralta's family?
Yeah, go
find them tonight.
She was so nice. I even said to her, I was like, if your boyfriend shoves and the Cubs lose, like, and you post this picture, I will be so upset. And she was just like,
well, he had
could
nothing.
you imagine?
He had nothing last night.
He had nothing. He had nothing. And that was, I mean, credit to the guys for having good approach in the first inning, jumping all over. I mean, even Michael Busch, who, you know, I don't want to sound like an old man, guys, but he loses the ball in the sun, and he's got his sunglasses on top of his hat.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That bothered me. That happened to Ian Happ in Game 1, too, where he nearly lost the ball in left field, and he had his sunglasses behind his hat. You know, the cool look of when you wear them behind you.
I feel like an old dad being like, follow your shot in basketball, but it's like, put your sunglasses on. What are you doing?
Yeah, especially when the sun's in your eyes. Yeah.
Are you feeling good, Sylvie? Are you feeling good?
But you know me, like you're wired differently than me. I'm more of a pessimist, and I don't like the way their offense is going. I've got questions about Boyd, so I don't feel good. I didn't feel good yesterday, so that was good news that at least they won. But I don't feel great.
I like actually in the game I feel terrible, but before the game I pump myself up. I'm always able to get myself up for a fight. So it's like this is the perfect time of like I'm ready to go. You know, once we get in the game and someone strikes out, I'm like, oh, it's over. But right before the game, I'm ready to go.
Speaking about fights, did you know Mark Sanchez at all?
We had him on the show once. And I gotta say,
has he left us?
I know.
Has he left us? What happened?
Do you know Mark Sanchez at all?
Yeah, I gotta say he did not find us joking about the butt fumble very funny.
Okay. So you you saw this happening, is what you're saying?
I don't want to say I saw this happening. I just remember we walked away from that interview being like, man, he really didn't think that was funny. And it's like, but it is funny. It was the butt fumble.
Yeah, shame on him for not having any, humor for that. Do you have any strong Bears thoughts for this Monday night game against the Commanders?
I got to say, guys, the Cubs have been taking up so much of my brain.
Not even
and
thinking
it was
about it.
perfect. The bye week. No, I am. I'm thinking about it. I've thought about it actually a decent amount, but today's obviously a very Cubs-centric brain day. I'm not the most intelligent guy. I don't have a lot of brain capacity to hold two thoughts in my head at one time. But I would say this: I'm very nervous about our defense because their rookie running back Bill is electric. So I'm nervous on that side. I'm very excited though because I think the Commanders' defense is not very good, and I'm very excited to see what Ben Johnson after 4 weeks. He gets the bye. Like, I know that people don't like the early bye. I think it was the perfect bye for the Bears.
Me too.
Because Ben Johnson gets 2 weeks to sit down and say what works, what doesn't, what do we have with Caleb, what do we need to do better, and I expect our offense to look very good coming out of the bye week. I don't know if our defense will hold up because, we know this very well. Like, we're kind of living and dying on the takeaways, and those can go away very quickly. But in terms of offense, I think we're going to be in the game because I think what Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams are going to be able to do will keep them in this game.
Waddle doesn't want to talk, and he's not wrong. Like, you can look at it any way you want. Waddle wants to stick to football, stop the run for goodness sakes, get to the passer, establish a run game. He doesn't care at all about what happened last year. Nope. You know me, I'm more of I like a good story. I like the drama that Ben Johnson almost got the Commanders job 2 years ago, that Dan Quinn almost got the Bears job, that Jaden was the 2, and Caleb was the 1, the Hail Mary from last year, Ben Johnson eliminated by the Commanders. There's so many juicy storylines. Does that hold any weight with you?
Oh, definitely, and I'm trying to make, a negative from last year into a positive. It's the meme with the guy hitting over the dominoes. And the first domino is Tyreek Stevenson, celebrating in the end zone. And the last domino is Ben Johnson coaches the Bears, and it becomes the best coach in Bears history.
That's right.
That's how I got to think of it. Because that was the Hail Mary ended our season last year. It completely ended that team. It ended the Eberflus, probably for the better, definitely for the better. And it brought us Ben Johnson. So a negative into a positive. That's how I'm trying to think about it.
So you should be celebrating it, not looking for retribution. Celebrate that loss if it brought you so much good.
Well, the good hasn't happened yet. We need Ben Johnson to be great.
Well, I think having Ben Johnson instead of Matt Eberflus is already a win.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that is already a win. Yeah.
All right, so if we had a time machine and we could go back in time and change it and say,
no.
you could have everything that happened from that moment, and you're in the position you're in now with Ben Johnson, or you get the Bears to win that game, but then the rest still has to be played out. Which way are you going for? You want the win, or do you want exactly what has happened? Do you want to change the butterfly effect?
Exactly what has happened. I would not change it because that, what you just described, if they win that game, how many wins did we end up having last year?
Five.
Okay, and we were, 4-2 at that game?
Yep.
Right, you're 5-2
I mean,
after that game. You probably
5-2.
you probably
You
win
probably win
Arizona.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably win, and then you probably win like 7 or 8 games. And Eberflus probably keeps his job. So no, I wouldn't take it.
What about you, Waddle?
No, I'm fine with how things are right now.
Okay, so you wouldn't change it.
No,
Okay.
listen, Eberflus and that crew would have screwed it up at some point last year anyway. Like that, if they won that game, I'm not a believer that would have propelled them to the postseason.
But maybe what Big Cat said, like management
Yeah.
needed a slap in the face.
Well, I don't dispute that, but like I'm not one that believes that was a moment that defined the entire rest of their season. They would have defined it in a bad way at some point.
You're so wrong.
Well, I don't.
You're so wrong.
So you think they would have gone on to win how many games?
No, I said I don't think they would have been like world beaters.
Right.
But you can't tell me that game didn't just end the season.
Well,
like,
if they win that game,
fell apart from that point.
If they're winning that game, they're for sure winning at least one more because I'm confident they either win Arizona or New England. They don't let New England beat them at home, so now they're up to 7 with that win instead of 5.
They probably run the table then.
Oh,
yeah. That's what they do. They run the table.
You're putting words in our mouth.
The point is at some point that team was going to find hell. Whether it was the following week, 2 weeks later, 4 weeks later, they weren't good enough. They weren't well coached enough for them to have propelled themselves to anything.
You know how it works in Alice Hall. If they found hell and they somehow found 8 wins with hell, it could have been, we got to go one more year.
You don't have to. That's why I said I'm fine with how it all transpired.
Yeah.
Because I don't want any more of what we saw last year.
You have a Bill Belichick thought before we go?
Oh man, what a disaster! What was the statement that was released? Where it was like, I'm committed to UNC, and then the AD was like, I'm committed to Bill Belichick. That's always there's never a worse sign. Yeah, whenever you have to come out and say, hey, no, you know what? I think I'm going to keep doing this job. It's. I mean, Mac Brown did it last year. Remember Mac Brown? He retired after a game, and then they had to come out on Monday and be like, wait, no, actually, he's not retiring. So yeah, that's a disaster, an absolute disaster. Are you guys tuned into college ball? It's been a great season.
Yes, here and there. Like, I'm not a diehard where I sit on my couch. You know, I'm running from like kid event to kid event, but I've had games on for sure.
Yeah, okay, all right. It's heating up. It's getting good. There's some good games. We're going to be in Champaign on Saturday, big noon kickoff. So we're going to be ready to go for Ohio State, Illinois.
Been a weird year, too, hasn't it? The number 1 and number 2 team from the preseason, neither one is in the top 25. It was Texas and Penn State. Neither team is in the top 25. It's crazy.
It's been a fun year. It's chaotic in college football.
I saw Portnoy review Monocle's Pizza. He liked it. It was a good review, a Champagne staple.
Yes. And so, we're going back. There'll probably be more pizza reviews. Excited. But we got to focus on tonight.
Yes.
Silvy, are the Cubs winning tonight? Tell me yes or no.
I told you I didn't feel good about the game. So what do you but I hope so. Like, can you imagine, Big Cat, this is how I started the show. Can you imagine if the Cubs win tonight, and then now all of a sudden there's a Saturday Game 5, and they somehow pull that out, and then on Monday we have Game 1 of the NLCS alongside Bears and Commanders on Monday Night Football? How great of a sports weekend would that be for Chicago?
It'd be incredible. I know we have there's a lot that needs to be done before it, but my producer Max, who's a diehard Philly guy, is like lives and breathes Phillies baseball. I mean, if that becomes it will be PMC Armageddon. I'll be fighting a war on 2 fronts. I might need you guys to come and stream with me.
For sure. By the way, the office, Waddle's been there. Big Cat, I saw. I had an ice cream cone. But man, what you guys have done there, that place is a haven. It's really unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy that we just basically like screw around all day and call it a job.
Chiefs co-hosting with me tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
I'll be celebrating a Cubs win tomorrow.
In Boston.
Where are you going? Where are you going, Waddle?
I'm going to Boston.
Okay. Well, listen, Saturday, we got to get to Saturday. Let's win tonight. Let's get to Saturday. Let's figure it out then. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. I think Matthew Boyd's going to be awesome tonight. I think Freddie Peralta, we can get to him. We just got to score more than just the first inning. That's it. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
That's all
Why
I
don't
ask.
you win the 50-50 while you're at it tonight?
I might, and then we'll give it right back to the people. It'll be Charityville. Like we're just going Robin Hood style.
Robin Big Cat Hood.
Robin.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff, Big Cat. We appreciate
Good
you.
luck tonight.